If you're an agency owner using Go High Level or any other white label SaaS right now, I need you to hear this. Their days are numbered. And I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm saying that because the landscape has fundamentally changed and most people in the agency space haven't caught up yet. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening with software, why the old model is dying and what's replacing it. And I'm going to introduce you to a new concept that I think defines the future of agencies. It's called SWAS, software with a service. Let me explain. So right now, if you're an agency owner, you're probably using something like Go High Level, right? Or some other SaaS tools. And here's the thing about a lot of these softwares. They're buggy. They don't have the features you actually want. They don't have the customizations you need. And so what happens? You end up changing your entire workflow just to fit within the limitations of someone else's software. You're adapting your business to the tool instead of the tool adapting to your business. And for the longest time, we've just accepted that because what else are you going to do? Go build your own software? That used to be insanely expensive. You either needed to be a developer yourself or you needed to hire one. And we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, minimum, right? But that barrier, that's fully gone now. Tools like Claude Code have completely changed the game. You can literally tell Claude Code, hey, I want a software that does this, this, and this. I want my own login page. I want hosting. I want calendar connections. I want API integrations, and it'll build it all for you. And then when little problems do creep up, you just vibe code it. You talk to it, you fix it, you iterate. No developer salary, no 6-month build timeline, just you and the tool building exactly what you need. And that's honestly what we did at Team Follow Up AI with our own software. We built it ourselves. Now, the thing that I've heard people say to counter this is, yeah, but you never have the server capabilities that Go High Level has. And sure, I do agree with that. Go High Level has built infrastructure for hundreds of thousands of users. But here's the thing, if you're an agency owner with 50 clients, you don't need that. Why would you? The server infrastructure to support 50 clients versus 1,000 clients is basically the same. We're not talking about a huge jump until you get into like hundreds of thousands of clients. So as an agency owner in the near future, you absolutely will be able to build your own version of Go High Level with your own systems, your own features, anything you want. And you can white label it all, except it won't actually be a white label. It'll be your own software that you're reselling to your clients. And this is where it gets really interesting. So like I said, my prediction is that GHL SaaS will be dead within the next few years. Yes, some people will still use it, but a lot of agencies that are technical will jump ship into building their own softwares. And so what's going to happen is people are going to start building SaaS blueprints, right? Some smart developer is going to vibe code a really, really good base version of Go High Level equivalent, and they're going to resell that, sell that blueprint, and they'll say, hey, here's the base, plug this into Claude Code, make whatever changes you want. And the base will be there ready for you to go. And there'll probably be a course on it. They'll probably sell it for like $5,000. You build your own Go High Level from scratch, right? And it's free to run after that. All you've got to do is pay for the server space. And this is the key thing. Once the barrier entry to drops for any kind of service or software, competition floods in. I did a whole video about moats on this, about how when something becomes easier, more people enter the market and competition just gets crazy. And that's exactly what's going to happen with software. There's going to be loads of Go High Level alternatives, loads of calendar tools, loads of everything, to be honest with you. If you're a company whose only value is the software itself, you're in trouble because someone's going to replicate it for way cheaper than you've built it. Now, I saw a video from Alex Becker recently. He's built his own software, Hyros, right? And he made a really interesting point. And he said, building software has never been the hard part. Getting clients to actually use the software, that's the hard part. And look, I get where he's coming from, but I disagree with part of it. Alex Becker has a lot of money at his disposal. He can just hire a developer whenever he wants. $100,000 a year, that's nothing to him. But for a guy who's just starting out, that was a massive barrier. And that barrier is what kept competition low. Now that Claude Code and tools like it have dropped that barrier to the floor, way more people are going to flood into the software market. But the second part of what Becca said about getting clients to use the software, that part I actually agree with. If you just hand someone a login and say, hey, here you go, use this, most of them won't. And that's where the real shift happens. This is the concept I want you to remember from this whole video. Right now we have SaaS, right? Software as a service. What we're moving into is SWAS, software with a service. And that, I believe, is the future of every agency. Here's what I mean. Instead of just selling software to your clients, you're providing a service that is powered by your own custom software. The software isn't the product. The service is the product. The software is the vehicle that delivers it. So when Alex Becker says the hard part is getting people to actually use the software, that problem basically disappears because your clients aren't choosing whether or not to use the software. They're using your service and the software is baked into that service and the delivery. They have to use it because that's how the service is delivered. Let me give you a real life example. Team Follow Up AI, that's our company. We're a white label voice agency for agencies. We only work with agencies. We build custom AI voice agents for each of your clients. So you don't have to worry about how to build AI voice agents. You don't have to worry about what scripts to use. You don't have to worry about split testing or building infrastructure. We handle all of that. And the goal isn't just to build a nice AI voice for you. We care about delivering actual booked appointments and shows to your clients. That's the actual result, right? Now, to deliver that service, we built our own software. It has all the data, all the reporting, all the billing, all the minutes, tracking, rebilling, everything's locked in, right? But we're not just handing you a software and saying, hey, good luck figuring it out, use it yourself. We're providing a fully done for you service with the software as the backbone. That is software with a service. And that is where agencies are heading. Now, there's one more thing I want to address because I saw someone else talking about it. And I think this is where a lot of people are going to get this wrong. There's this idea floating around that if you're a service-based company charging, let's say, $1,000 a month, you should build a software that replaces your service and sell it for $50 a month, right? Because it's just software. On the service, that sounds smart. You've automated everything, you've scaled, software's way more scalable, right? But think about what you've actually done. You've turned a $1,000 a month client into a $50 a month client, and you've opened up the door for anyone to compete with you, because now your value is just a piece of software, which, like I said, the competition's so low now, anyone can compete against you. So what you should be doing instead is building the software for your team to use on the back end. So from the client's perspective, it still looks like humans are doing everything, but behind the scenes, your AI and your software are doing the heavy lifting. That's how you maintain high margins. But here's where I push back even on that. If it's that easy to build a software that can replace your $1,000 a month service, someone else is going to build it, someone else is going to come along, offer it cheaper, and take your clients. So you can't just hide behind the service and pretend that you're doing something when in essence it's software, because if you're doing that, you'll get found out pretty quickly and someone will compete and they'll build a software to compete against you and destroy you. The answer here is the middle ground. You need a great service and a great software together. That's the future. Not software alone, not service alone. The combination. Build your own software, use it to supercharge your service delivery, make your client's experience better than anything a standalone SaaS tool could offer, and make your margins better than anything a pure service model could sustain. That's the SWAS, software with a service. And that is where the entire agency space is heading. If you haven't started thinking about this, now's the time, because 2 years from now, the agencies that figure this out are going to be miles ahead of the ones that are still white labeling someone else's software. If you want to see how we're doing this at Team Follow Up AI, I'll drop a link below. And if you haven't seen my video on moat and why competition is about to flood every software market, go watch that next. I'll link it right here. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.